मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरम्. So Kunti was continuing to praise Krishna in various different ways, and there she started saying how various people conceive of Krishna. Krishna has taken this great avatara, and many of the avatara karyas have been performed. And how are various devotees viewing him? And hence she started in the 32nd verse with Kechidahuhu, meaning some say that you are the unborn and you came here especially for protecting Yudhishthira and throning him as the king. That was one of your main objectives, and also to give fame to the Yaduvamsha in which you were born. That is one of the reasons that the great Mahatmas or devotees give to your birth. That was one reason. And as I mentioned in the last class, there are 4 reasons that she gives in 4 continuous verses, consecutive verses. So 32nd was the first perspective. 33rd is the second perspective. Others say, so apare ahuhu. What do others say? Ajastum, you are unborn, and still Vasudevasya Devakyam Yachitaha Abhyagat. Still you came into Devaki's womb through Vasudeva. You were born as their son, having been requested by them. So this has a Purva Katha, where even in the Bhagavata, when during Krishna's birth, Krishna itself assumes that form of Narayana, and he reminds Vasudeva and Devaki of their boon that they had requested in their first Janma as Prishni and Sutapas. And that time he was born to them as Prishni Garbha. And second time, they themselves, the same couple, were born as Kashyapa and Aditi, and Bhagavan was born to them as Vamana. And in this third avatara, they are born as Vasudeva and Devaki, and Bhagavan takes avatara as Shri Krishna. So these 3 janmas of Vasudeva and Devaki, the first being Prishni and Sutapas, then Aditi and Kashyapa, and now Devaki and Vasudeva. So in their first janma, they had done a lot of tapas, and they saw Bhagavan, Narayana, in his Pratyaksha Swarupa, and they asked him, Sutandehi, Sutandehi, Sutandehi. They asked him thrice, give us a son who should be like you. And so Bhagavan said, I will be born as a son 3 times. And hence Yachitaha, requested by them, you came. Vasudevasya Devakyam Abhyagat. You took this avatara having been requested by them. What did you take this avatara for? Some say that you took it for Asya Kshemaya, meaning for the welfare of this world, this whole world, you have taken this avatara. And Vadhagita Suradvisham. So this is, she is just putting in other words whatever Bhagavan spoke as Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinashaya Dushkritam. For the sake of welfare of the whole world, those who are doing wrong or those who are on the path of adharma, they have to be destroyed. And some, in this case, it is various asuras who are destroyed. Suradvit means those who are opposing the devas, those are asuras. For the sake of destruction, eliminating those asuras, you were born. So this is the second perspective that she gives. The first perspective was that you were born for the for protection of Yudhishthira and Yaduvamsha. Second perspective is you were born as Devaki and Vasudeva's son for the welfare of the world and for eliminating the adharmic kings and asuras. So that is the second perspective. Now she moves on and she goes on to the third perspective. She says, Anye, the others, some others say, Bhuri bharena sidantyaha bhuvaha. This is again the beginning of Krishna avatar. The Dashamaskandha of Bhagavata begins like this, where the earth, having taken the form of a cow, she goes to Brahma and she requests that I am being tormented by all these adharmic kings who are ruling. This adharma is a lot of weight for me. Number of people is not weight, is not the weight I bear. The more and more adharma that the population does, then it becomes tormenting for me. And therefore she goes to Brahma and she requests him, what can I do? Brahma takes her along with all the devas and he goes to Vaikuntha and he asks Narayana, he requests Narayana. So remembering that, reminiscing that, Kunti does this stuti, Uribharena Sidantyaha Bhuvaha. Sidanti means one who is very sad, very distressed because of this tormenting. These bhuhu, that bhuvaha, the earth which was there because of the excessive burden of adha, to wanting to relieve that burden, bharava taranaya, navaiva udadhau, jataha atma bhuvarthitaha. Atma bhuhu means Brahma. It is another synonym for Brahma, is atma bhuhu. This Brahma went and he requested you, you came down, how? So this nava iva udadhau is like boat in an ocean. Why that simile is used here is, a boat has a certain capacity. When more number of people get into the boat, it will probably drown. There is a high chance of it capsizing or drowning. So like that, a boat which is overfilled, like that the whole Bhumi, she was overfilled. There are too many adharmic kings, more than what she could bear, like that. Therefore, some people have to be thrown out, some people have to be eliminated. The least necessary ones are the ones who are causing trouble, have to be eliminated. Like that, you came down to the earth, which is like a boat, to rescue it from this ocean of adharma, or ocean of trouble. Like that, you came down. So, navaiva udadhau, like a boat in an ocean, which is rescued by removing the burden or extra people who are in it. Like that, you came down to the earth to rescue all of us. And why did you come? Because you were requested by Brahma. So the Atma Bhuva Arthitaha Tvam Jataha. You were born. This is the third perspective. The next perspective, Iti Kechana, he says. So say others, he says, Kunti says, Bhave asmin klishyamananam. Bhavaha means samsara. For those people who are suffering in the samsara, Krishyamana is to be troubled. Every day there are problems. From morning to night we are chasing some desires because we have some problems. Whether it be problems in the family, outside the family, professional problems, social problems. We think we can solve the problems of the whole earth. Whatever is plaguing the country, plaguing international relations, everything we want to solve. And hence we take up a lot of tasks and we put ourselves into more and more suffering. It is like a cycle. So somehow or the other we are in this unending cycle, klishyamananam, continuous suffering. Why is this suffering? Avidya kama karma bhihi. This is an important phrase. It will be used repeatedly in Bhagavata and across Shastras also. Why does this suffering come across? And that is given in the short phrase. The first step is avidya. All of us are Ananda Swarupis by nature. That is, we are bliss itself, Sukha Swarupa. We saw that in the first verse. That Swarupa Lakshana of Brahman applies to our own Atma, the self. We are all Satya Jnana Ananda Swarupins. But because of this ignorance that is there, avidya we call it, it is kind of closed. We do not see that we are the Atma Swarupins. We saw Maya Javanika Channam. Because of that Maya of Brahman, we seem to be ignorant of our own true real nature. And because we are ignorant of that, what do? We think that we are this body. In true real nature, we are that infinite Ananda Swarupins. Instead, we start assuming that I am this finite person who is limited to this body and faculty, whatever it is, intellectual faculty, physical power. We limit ourselves to a certain thing. And now we identify ourselves with this mind and body. So who am I? I am this person. Whenever you think of this person, immediately you have that identity with your own name, with your own body. and so on. Now that you have identified yourself with this body and mind, now comes up all different kinds of desires. I have a relation with my parents, with my spouse, with my children, with my relatives. So all this attachment starts, and so now there is something that is mine. So first this body, I considered myself to be this body, and hence ahankara. And next I start consider people that are very close to me as mine, and hence the mamakara. Therefore I start performing various actions, wanting certain fruits, desiring certain ends. I want that action to give me some fruit, because of which I think I will be happy. So that this action can give me a certain fruit, and that goal gives me certain happiness. So this is the hetu, what we call as cause. The first cause is ignorance. We have forgotten our own true real self, and because of that comes attachments and desires, and because of those desires we perform actions and get attached to the fruits, and this becomes an unending cycle, and that is bhavaha, bhave. That is that whole samsara. Avidya, kama, karma. These are the three things which are causing our eternal bondage. And hence that jnana, knowledge, is the aushadha to all this. It is the medicine, because it cuts the tree at the very root. Avidya is the root of all these problems. For avidya, the medicine can only be jnana. Avidya kama karmabhihi bhave asmin klishyamananam. What is the solution that you have given? You have taken this avatara for what? Karishyane Shravana Smaranarhani. You are doing so many things. What are the things you are doing? Various leelas. These will be sung about again and again and again by various people, and therefore can be listened. Just like we are now listening to the glories of Bhagavan, they will become worthy of being listened to and being remembered. The whole of Bhagavata is all his activities. If that avatara was not taken, we would not have so many stories and subject to think about or glorify about and sing about. Right? Hence, we are able to hear and remember those activities, and hence you took this avatara. Now, therefore, she gave 4 different reasons for why Bhagavan has taken this avatara. Shravana Smaranarhani iti kechana. So say some people. So that we are all removed from this avidya, kama, karma, that cycle of bondage. That is why you have taken this avatara. So these 4 different perspectives she gave. Now moving on to the next. Now she says, how do people sing? Or what do they do with those? So many glories are written. Now we have this Bhagavata with us. How do we make use of this Bhagavatam? She says, Janaha, those people who are wise, they make use of this. What do? They constantly hear and sing and praise and remember and rejoice. So Shrinvanti, Gayanti, Grinanti, Smaranti, Nandanti. This is what they do. They keep on listening to all the leelas, all the great glories of Bhagavan again and again and again, repeatedly, constantly. This is what Bhagavan says, how devotees should be. In the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he says, Macchittaha madgata pranaha bodhayantah parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So they always keep listening to these praises. And whatever they talk, if they talk to somebody else, they talk about me. They talk about these stories. If anything, they want to, intellectually, they want to immerse themselves, they again analyze about this. They want to sing and enjoy themselves, they sing about this. They want to remember something, they remember about this. And rejoicing is when you listen to somebody else and you have that happiness within you. You don't have to sing or praise. You just listen to somebody, but there is a happiness within you. It happens for those people who are always immersed in satsanga. They go to various Bhagavata Saptahas, Ramayana, Navaham. Again and again going and listening to the glories of Bhagavan, that is Nandanti. They keep rejoicing. Those people who abhikshnashaha, meaning repeatedly, constantly they keep doing this, for what? Tavayihitam. What do they listen to? Your leelas. Again and again they are listening to that. Te eva achirena pashyanti. Those people who are doing this, they quickly, very soon, they are able to attain the vision. What vision? Tavakam bhava pravaho paramam padambujam. They are able to attain the vision of your lotus feet, padambujam. And how are those lotus feet? What are those lotus feet known to do? Bhava pravaha uparamam. Bhava pravaha is this continuous stream of samsara that we saw in the previous verse. That unending cycle of samsara that is there, of birth and death and birth and death, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, that cycle which is there, uparamam of that. Uparamam means end, final, shanti. You want to put an end to that cycle, you want to break that cycle, and that is called as mukti. The vision of these feet of yours are going to grant that mukti. Bhava pravaha uparamam padambujam pashyanti. They see that very feet which is going to grant mukti immediately. Achirena. This is what we want to do. So when Kunti is doing this prarthana, it means, let me be like that. Let me always keep listening to these. Let me always keep praising and remembering and rejoicing in your leelas. That is why she is doing this stuti. So the stuti is also a part of that only. And then she continues, Prabho, O Bhagavan, I do not want you to leave us. Now what is Bhagavan doing? She is going to return back to Dwaraka. So she looks at Krishna and she says, I do not want you to leave us. Who is this Bhagavan? One who does all these leela for the sake of his devotees. Ihita means karma. We already saw the same word appeared previously also. All the different actions that he performs are for the sake of his people. Swakrita ihita. Why does he do leelas? For the sake of his devotees. O Bhagavan, who are like this, api adyatvam jihasasi swite. Why are you leaving us and now going back to Dwaraka? So see how she keeps going back and forth between the Saguna form of Lord. Now she is looking at Krishna as this entity who is there in the form of Krishna himself, not as that Parabrahma Vastu which is there everywhere. You are leaving us and going back to Dwaraka. How can you do this? Jihasasi means you are just leaving us and going. How can you leave us? Aren't we your close friends? Suhridaha, Anujivinaha. Anujivinaha means you are dependents. We are always following you. We are dependent upon you. We cannot do anything without you. We are Anujivis to you. How can you leave us? Yeshannacha anyad bhavataha padambujat parayanam. Other than your feet, your lotus feet, we have no other shelter. Nowhere else to go. Parayanam means something that is the highest, that is the best. So we have nothing more than that. That is our final shelter. Parayanam, padambujat parayanam nasti. For us, other than that, there is nothing else. Because now, being a mother, she has a little worry about her children also. What is the worry? They have been in a great war just recently. The war is something that is unprecedented. There has been no such war before. And now in this war, they have killed so many people. As we saw, very few people are remaining. Chatupanchavasheshitaha. All great Kshatriyas have met their end in this war. And therefore, the next generation of Kshatriyas, many people might have a negative feeling towards Pandavas. Oh, my relative was killed in this war, all because of Pandavas. My father was killed, my uncle was killed. Such emotions might exist in various royal houses. Amhasa means dukkha. Because of this war, many royal houses have been joined with dukkha, meaning they are all experiencing a lot of sorrow and disappointment at this particular time. And because Pandavas are the one who are surviving, all this blame might come upon the. And hence she says, Rajasu Yojita Amhasam. We might become the people on who all the blame will come and land. Because of these people, that whole war took place and so many people died. This is what all the great kings who are remaining will say. All the royal houses who are remaining will say. For people, for us who are in this position, you are our only gati. There is nothing else we can do. So, Rajasu yojita amhasam asmakam bhavataha padambujat anyat parayanam nasti. So, for us who are like this, how can you leave us and go? How can you just go back to Dwaraka? So that is a mother's love for her children. She is asking like this. Now, the question might be, Pandavas are great, so we Yadus are also there for your support always. The whole Yadav Vamsha, there are so many people still there in Dwaraka who are all there for your support. And Pandavas themselves are no less in power. And therefore she says, as if replying to that question, she says, Kevayam nama rupabhyam. Who are we? Whether it is Yadus or Pandavas, Yadubhis saha Pandavaha. You can say, my sons Pandavas are great, or the whole Yadu Vamsha is there. All this is pointless. We all have this great fame, the reputation and name, or the power that we have, the opulence that we have, the prosperity that we have. So this Nama and Rupa. Meaning, Nama here means the fame or the name that we have got, or the Rupa, the kind of person we have, all the subjects or people around us, they all look up to us. All this prosperity that we have, what is that? It is a rhetorical question she is asking. What is it? What use is all this name and form for the Yadus and Pandavas? It is there because you are there. Because you are here, all this is there. If you went adarshana, bhavataha adarshanam yarihi. If you were not in our midst, if your presence was not there, then all this is useless. And she gives a beautiful upama, an analogy. He says, the whole body is there. But if the Atman is not there, if the Jivatma has moved on, then it is just lying there. We no more call it by the name also, we just call it as body. The dead body is lying there. We call it as body, we don't even use the name of that person anymore. All the senses are there as they were few hours back or the previous day. Nothing has changed. Once the Atma has left, then all the organs and senses which are perfectly working, they are all just there, useless. Like that, we all are there, all the Yadus and Pandavas. Each one might have great power. But without you, who are the inner controller, the Antaryami, all of them are pointless. They have no power at all. Bhavataha adarshanam yarihi krishikanamiva ishituhu. So this is going to be clearly visible when Arjuna, once Bhagavan gives up his deha, Arjuna comes back and weeps at the feet of Yudhishthira, and he exactly the same thing. As soon as Bhagavan has given up this body, we have all become pointless. There is no use of us at all. All the power has vanished. And this Gandiva of mine, there is no power. He is going to experience this first hand when the Adarshana of Bhagavan happens. So that is Ishituhu means Ishaha means something that controls. That is Antaryami. Here Isha means the Jivatma. The Jivatma is controlling our whole body from inside. Krishika means all the senses and organs are called as Krishika. Just like all the organs and senses are powerless without the Atman inside, similarly all of us will be powerless if you are not in our midst. So says Kunti. With that, we complete today's contemplation. There was a small error in the 24th verse. So there, when I had displayed and contemplated on that, we had said Hare Abhirakshataha Asma had split it as. It is not Asma, it is Asma. Vyam Asma. It is a very simple this thing. So it has been corrected and uploaded the material. But just I wanted to, those who are attending the class, you should know. I had also said that it was a Arsha Prayoga. It is not an Arsha Prayoga. It's a very clear past tense Langlakara Prayoga. We were saved. That is the meaning. Simple. And so a couple of announcements. Please listen to these, those who are regularly attending. So today an assignment was uploaded. Some of you have taken the assignment on the portal also. Since this course has two parts as was previously announced, there will be computer based tests, that is just like the assignment that was uploaded today. Today's was a practice assignment, but there will be assessments going forward, which you will clearly know. We will be announcing that they are assessments. So assessments will be of this form. After the Kunti and Bhishma stutis, there will be one assessment. After Dhruva and Gajendra stutis, there will be one assessment, and there will be one separate assessment only for Prahlada stuti. And each of these will be, there will be some marks given for that, 40-50 marks, but for the final grade, 10% of that will be taken. That means they will be converted to 10%. Their weightage will be 10% for the final assessment. Okay, I mean each of them will be 10%. So together 30%. The final computer based test would be 70%. So all the 5 stutis together, after we have completed probably 3-4 months down the lane, then we will have one complete quiz or something to say. And all of these will be multiple choice questions, just like you have seen today. All of them will be very similar multiple choice questions in various ways. There could be true or false, there could be fill in the blanks, there could be one answer right or multiple answer right. So many other ways are there, but they will all be where you just choose and you work it out. That is how all these tests will be. These are for the contemplation, the computer based tests. This is for the this thing. And the practice assignments are for practice only. They will not be considered for the grade like today's one that has been uploaded. And the assessments will be available only once. For example, if you start the test, you will be able to attempt it only once. Whereas the practice assignments, you can go through them again and again and again, and you can attempt them as many times as you want. It's not just one attempt. You can go back, you can see the answers, and you can correct yourselves. Okay, the questions will be very similar in the final tests also. And the passing mark in the final, the total grade, so 70% from this and 30% from them when we take, the total grade should be above 60%, that is passing. As usual, that is the Vyoma standard across all courses, that is the usual standard. Coming to the oral assessments, so since we are going through the chanting also, so for Parayana and Kantapata, both are available. Only for Kantapata, okay, there will be 3 separate tests. This slide, as you can see, is only for Kantapata. Kantapata means memorization. Okay. After Kunti and Bhishma stutis, there will be one memorization test. After Dhruva and Gajendra stutis, there will be one memorization test. And after Prahlada stuti, there will be one memorization test. So memorization test will be conducted in 3 parts. The Parayanam test, where you see the book and read it, okay, that test is also available. That will be conducted only once. And that will be conducted for all 5 stutis together at the end. The combined oral assessment, what I am saying is only for Kantapata is optional. So I think when we do all of them together, there will be about 150 verses or so, close to 150 verses. So combined oral assessment for memorization is optional. But for Parayana, there is only combined assessment. There is no separate assessment. Please be clear upon that. Okay. Whatever is given on this slide is referring to only memorization. For Parayanam, where you see the book and read, it will be only combined assessment. I hope all this is clear. And once more, just a reminder that next Sunday on 31st August, the Mukha Panchashati course, learning to chant Mukha Panchashati, is starting. The first part of Arya Shatakam on Devi Kamakshi by Mukha Kavi. Those, please, you can spread the word in your circles. Many people have been looking forward to this course being conducted by my mother, Srimati Sri Vidya Ramakrishnan, because a lot of people wanted to learn Mukha Panchashati. So please share it with your family and friends. I am sure you have received the WhatsApp message. If not, our team member will send it on the WhatsApp group. You can share it with your groups across wherever you want and ask them to join. Dhanyavadaha, namasarvebhyaha. Now we can continue with questions. Those who have any questions may raise your hands and we can answer all the questions. Keep the questions related to the class, today's class, and any doubts that you might have. Any doubts related to technical, like how do I attend the assessment, how do I do this? So I think I have sent a few videos across in the WhatsApp group. So please refer to those videos on how to take the assessment. If you still have problems, please contact our customer support number or ELA who's on the group, she will be able to help you. So the technical questions we will not be answering during class. Uh, if for a moment everybody, some people are there, if it is there, maybe some other class I can show the whole screen and let you know how to take the assessment. Okay. Now, Uma, you may unmute yourself and talk.
Namaskara, Mohdaya. In today's first
Namaste.
shloka, 34, first shloka, fourth pada, Jato Atma, the Padacheda says Jataha Atma. So the
Correct.
Sandhi not be Jato Kila. So
What
in
would
my
it be? Jata Atma Varditaha.
Jata Atma, in my script, some other script, one he is there. Jato Hyatma Bhuvartitaha. He is extra there. He Atma. So Hyatma.
Understood.
Jato Hyatma.
Yeah, I saw your comment in the question answer. That would be probably better. But in Bhagavata, as I said, we do see such abnormalities in some places. I don't know. I will see the Vyakhyana again if it is so, if the Hikara has to be added. Because Jata Atma Bhuvarditaha also can be possible. Okay.
Jata. Visarga
The,
Lopaha.
yeah, either Visargalopa or Hikara should come is what you're saying, Vyakarana Ritya, which you are right. I don't, there is nothing wrong with what you're saying. Let us see if there is a difference. Anyway, there is no difference in meaning. So I will look at the Sridhariya Vyakhyana again, and if there is a difference, I will change it in the material and send it.
Okay, Mohdaya. Dhanyavada. Aneke dhanyavada. Very, very, very excellent class. Dhanyavada.
Sujit, you may unmute. Or Annapurani, one of you can unmute. You can unmute and speak.
எனக்கு ரெண்டு
Yes.
கொஸ்டின். ராம். இப்போ கம்பைன்ட் சாண்டிங் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, அதுக்கு என்ன ப்ரொசீஜர்? கம்பைன்ட் சாண்டிங்.
So assessment procedure and all, do not worry now. When the assessment comes, I will let you know. This is just to tell that such assessments are there. Oral assessment is there, computer-based assessment is there. That's all you have to know now. Don't worry about procedure, anything. Go on practicing, whether you are memorizing or reading, keep practicing. Yes.
ப்ராக்டிசிங் உன்னோட வச்சுட்டு.
சொல்லுங்க.
பட் அதுக்கப்புறம் அம்மாவோடது மூக்க பஞ்சமி வித் மீனிங் இதே மாதிரியா எப்படி?
இல்ல, it is not with meaning. It is only a learning to chant course. It will be only a chanting course.
டெஸ்ட் இதெல்லாம் உண்டு.
Oral assessments will be there. Parayana and Kantapata assessments will be there.
Namaste, Mohdaya.
Namaste, Sujit Mohdaya. Yes.
Namaste. Namaste. Mohdaya, Rishikanam Ishituhu Tatra Adarshanam, is it doing Anvaya with Adarshanam?
That way. No. Not Anvaya with Adarshanam. See, that is an Upama. Rishikanam Iveshituhu is an Upama. So an Upama usually is taken separately. Yeah, Rishikanam Iva Ishituhu is a separate sentence. Tatha eva.
But which is the word without Ishituhu Rishikanam Iva?
That way. Then you have to do, you do Adhyahara of Adarshanam twice. That is correct.
Okay. Dhanyawad.
Tataha Adarshanam Iva Ishituhu Adarshanam Rishikanam Yerhi. Like that you have to do Anvaya. Correct.
So 2 times it is doing Anvaya with Bhavadaha Adarshanam, Rishikanam Vaishidu Adarshanam.
Correct. That's all. All upamas usually used in verses. Whenever you see kavya, it will be like that. Either the verb or some other pada, you will have to do atyahara for the upama, so that the whole upama becomes a sensible sentence.
Dhanyawad.
Aditi and then Akhila.
Namaskaram. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I am able to. You can speak.
Yeah. So you mentioned about ahamkara, and from the little that I read, according to Samkhya philosophy, ahamkara also is the source of the pancha tanmatras, and there is ahamkara, which is associated with ego. So it's a bit difficult for me to kind of reconcile both of this. So could you just explain
Again,
about
we will
that?
not be going to technicalities, especially when you bring in Sankhya and all, it becomes very confusing and it is not a part of the scope of this course. So we will not get into the Aham Tattva and Mahat Tattva. For that, we can take some other book you can read if you want to get into that level of Vedanta and see what is Aham Tattva, what is the difference with the Ahankara. And that then it is better to refer to some book like Vedanta Sara or something which gives the basics of Vedanta. Explaining that now would confuse a lot of people and bringing in a lot of technical terms, which we shall not do here.
Okay, so just a short understanding that I try to make myself understand is, uh, ahankara is essential, but I think ahankara, when it becomes too associated with the self, the I identity, that kind of goes
Ahankara itself
in a
means I
negative.
identity. It cannot be essential. There is nothing about it that is essential. Especially from the
Okay,
Vedantic standpoint, it is not essential.
okay.
That's a,
Thank you so much.
that discussion do not bring it in here. Like you don't confuse
Oh,
yourself with too many concepts from various this thing. Like whenever we are doing this, the contemplation here is not to get into the technicalities of Vedanta or to understand any other, like say Sankhya or anything. That would be done in a separate kind of class. The idea in Bhagavata is to immerse ourselves in the devotion of the Lord, understand and to get a certain amount of vairagya, virakti, that to gain that detachment. So if we want concepts as such, then we have to go to, we do that in a different course.
okay, so from this perspective, ahamkara is something that is holding you back from
It
attaining
is your
vairagya.
sense of I. Yeah, you can say first at the first step you can say ego, but then even after
Okay,
ego, it is that ahankara means your sense of body. Like I say, when I say I immediately refer to this body and mind. That is ahankara.
okay. So from a Bhagavatam perspective, it is something that is keeping you away from immersing into God. Will that understanding be right?
Correct. Not only from Bhagavan, though, from the whole Vedantic perspective, that is how it is.
Okay, thank you so much.
Somewhere I lost the participants. Who is the next one? Aditi spoke now, no? Then who did I call about? Akhila or Aditi?
Uh,
Who has to speak?
yes, Guruji,
Ah,
I just have few
yes.
questions. You mentioned that
Ah,
there is you have put in the WhatsApp group about assignment and all that.
correct.
I'm not part of, I think I don't have the WhatsApp group. Is it going to be created or is it already there?
No. WhatsApp group is already there. That probably I will send you the link here
Uh,
on chat. You can join. But the assignment is not on the WhatsApp group. The assignment is on the portal, the
okay,
Sanskrit from Home portal, along with all the
okay, that I'll
other
do.
material. So again, through
Yeah, I
WhatsApp, we
saw
will
that
not be
practice
sending
assignment.
material or anything. So you don't have to worry about not being part of WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group is
Okay,
only to let you know that such
okay.
things are there for communication. Everything for the course will be on the
Okay.
website, on the portal
And
only.
okay, fine. Thank you. And second question, Guruji, Ammavud classes, how many classes will be there or how is it? One
It is
hour,
only
I
an
know, every
estimate. It is
Sunday.
500 verses are there. This is going to be 100 verses. So probably 15 classes or so to finish the first 100
Okay,
verses.
okay,
That's all. So weekly one
okay,
class, it's about
okay,
15
thank you.
weeks.
Okay.
Al Krishnan Mahodaya,
Hello, good morning.
good morning.
I just want to make a comment, even though I missed a couple of classes because it's too early in the morning here on Saturdays. So, this comprehensive way of teaching has been so good. You know, it's got the words, the sar essence of the padyas, and the language. It's really, really good. Being combined with computer testing and all this has really taken us way ahead of most any other instruction. So thank you very much for all your effort, your dedication, your passion, your compassion to students who are trying to learn. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, namaskara. Thank you always for the encouragement. Sita Shankar, you may speak.
Namaskaram, Mahodaya.
Namaste.
My question is regarding the Mukha Panchashati thing, sloka. Supposing even for this classes, supposing sometimes some other classes or something happens and we are not able to attend the class, we'll be able to see the recording, we can do that, isn't it?
Yes, for all Vyoma courses, it is the same. All material will be
That is
available on the portal,
okay.
on SFT.
Because
There is no doubt.
sometimes the attendance is there and I'm feeling very bad. I'm not able to attend sometimes. That's why
Attendance
I'm
we
asking.
don't consider at all anywhere. It is only for your own motivation and for us to have some statistics. That's all.
Okay.
We don't
Dhanyavada.
consider attendance for grading or anything. We don't consider attendance. So
Okay.
don't worry about
So
it. But you can
because
get motivated that I have to
be-
attend more classes.
because for me, at that time, there's another class. I'm attending another class, a different
Understand?
thing. And so it is clashing. So I was wondering whether there'll be an overlap of those classes like that. So I won't be able to attend the classes. So I
Got
was
it.
asked whether I can choose the recording.
Yes, you can.
Dhanyavada.
Vijay Ashok Gudsurkar. Yes.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, yes.
So, only one request is there. You are given the total meaning of the slokas for 1822. So, I request you to give meaning for other slokas also. Total meaning of the
I will
sloka.
give it. I will upload it. In one of the materials, I will upload it. Don't worry. I will upload it and I will let you know.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Vijay Raghavan.
Namo Gurave.
Nah.
So, in this today's session, you indicate that Kunti Mata is talking about Krishna and then talking about Brahman, like she is talking about different forms in different shlokas. So, what
Yes.
is the spirit in which we should, understand? Because I think in the first sessions you talked about as Brahman, and then there
Yes.
are different avatars, and there's Krishna. So, what should our spirit be when we contemplate and meditate?
Our spirit is the Bhagavata spirit. The Bhagavata is there to tell us the spirit that Saguna form is not different from that Nirguna form. And for any sadhaka, the Saguna form is always easier to do upasana of. If I tell you that Brahman is the great Chidananda Vastu, what would you think of? Rather, what would we will have nothing to talk about. You just have to remain silent. Like Dakshinamurti gave his Upadesha in silence. You have to do only Mauna Vyakhya. And that is how the greatest of Uttamadhikaris, that is how they attain it. Though that is the final goal, for all sadhakas, we require variety of things to understand Bhagavan. And hence these variety of avatars and our own Ishta Devata. So whichever is your Ishta Devata, your liked form of the Lord, you sing about it, you do stutis about it, you write about it, you contemplate upon it, and you do puja to it, whether it is Abhisheka, whether it is Archana, whether it is Stotra, all this you do it your own Ishta Devata for the sake of understanding that jnana of that Parabrahma Vastu. So we know the end goal, but this is the means to get through to it. That is what Bhagavata brings about beautifully. That's why there are so many stories here and there and everywhere, which brings about this.
Okay, sir. Dhanyawad.
Suresh Narasinga Rao and then Kalpana Rajagopal. Suresh, you can unmute yourself and speak. Yes, Kalpana ji, yes, you can go ahead.
Namaste, Guruji.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes, tell me. Suresh ji, yes, you go ahead. You can speak.
Today, usually the traditional school of Gurukula, they will give leave on Pradama Tithi.
Correct.
So I have, I'm just one clarification whether we can.
See, there in traditional Gurukula, you have Pata for the remaining 12 days, and hence Chaturdashi Amavasya Prathama will be holiday. Here we have Patha only once a week. So we do Patha. This is our discipline.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, thank you.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaskar.
See, my doubt is regarding the assessment. Actually, I'm traveling. Actually, I'm out of town now. ஆனால் எனக்கு கிளாஸ் மிஸ் பண்ண வேண்டான்ட்டு நான் அட்டன் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஸோ கேன் ஐ கம்ப்ளீட் த அசஸ்மெண்ட் ஆஃப்டர் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வீக் ஆஃப் செப்டம்பர்? இஸ் இட் பாசிபிள்?
There is no assessment now. It is only a practice questions that have been given, and you can take it up at any time.
Oh,
there is no
I can
time.
take it up any time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, okay.
It will always be open.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much.
I think all raised hands are completed. Okay. Dhanyavadaha sarvebhyah. We will meet again next Saturday for the class as usual. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi and Gauri for all of you. Namas sarvebhyah. Agrima Shanivasare punaha milamaha.